Friends, make no mistake about it. Article 370 was a pernicious political tool evolved by the Nehru post-independence government to appease a sense of Muslim separatism. And over its years, its symbols, two flags, two constitutions, actively played into the hands of those who wanted to break Kashmir away from mainland India. It had to go. It had to go. It had no place in a modern India that prides itself on its unity of purpose. Even the Constitution declared it a temporary provision, because even the framers of the Constitution, though they might have given in temporarily to Nehru and his political compulsions, realized that in the long term, Article 370 would weaken national security, the national interest, the edifice of India's secularism, and, viewers, by extension, the idea of Bharat, Akhand Bharat. So when Prime Minister Modi's government in 2019 abrogated Article 370, it made those who didn't conform to the idea of a secular, integrated India very, very upset and angry. One player was Pakistan, but that is understandable and to be expected. Pakistan was, after all, created on the back of a separatism. Friends, Pakistan will want the breakup of India. But anyone who swears by the Indian Constitution, that itself said that pernicious articles like Article 370 should be done away with, they cannot be on the same page as Pakistan, can they? But beyond Pakistan, there are other players in this country, which include Islamists in the valley, as also a motley bunch, a small but motley bunch of Kashmiri politicians who still yearn for Article 370. You know why, viewers? Because it gave them the power to rule unquestioned over their Kashmir Valley fiefdom. Article 370 enabled a cabal to take control of the valley. This coterie has made it its life mission to overturn the abrogation of Article 370. The National Conference is one such party. It pains me to say it, viewers. But this party is in alliance, as you all know, with the Congress, that has also at one point argued for the restoration of Article 370. Even when the Supreme Court turned them away, these players are now calling upon the people of Kashmir to vote for them so that they can, through the ballot, restore Article 370. It's another matter that it's not possible. Even if someone were to sweep the elections in Kashmir, in Jammu and Kashmir, and come to power there, they cannot overturn the abrogation of Article 370. But this hasn't stopped them from making this promise to the people to arouse in them once again a sense of separatism. This pernicious agenda has been lauded by even Pakistan, friends, by even Pakistan. A top Pakistani minister is delighted that the Congress and the National Conference is on the same page as the anti-India establishment in Islamabad. If you don't believe me, listen in to Khawaja Asif. He's a minister of the realm in Pakistan. And what does he say? Pakistan's endorsement should ordinarily, viewers, have made Congress politicians cringe with embarrassment. But what does he say? He comes out and says, with great alacrity, I think restoration of Article 370 is possible. mean, who is he to say this? But nonetheless, he says it. Congress National Conference have a strong presence in Jammu and Kashmir. High chance of Congress National Conference winning the elections. Viewers, Pakistan is so hoping that the Congress and the National Conference can come to power in Jammu and Kashmir. They're so willing. They are so wanting. They are so wishing. Why, viewers? So that they can further their pernicious agenda of separating, severing Kashmir from the mainland. This minister goes on to say, National Conference has mentioned it in their manifesto. Pakistan also wants Article 370 restored in Jammu and Kashmir. Listen in, viewers.
हमारे पास पॉसिबल है देखें बड़ी पोटेंट इस वक्त प्रेजेंस है वहाँ पे कांग्रेस की भी और नेशनल कांग्रेस की दोनों की और इस इशू के ऊपर जो है मेरा ख्याल है कि जितनी मोटिवेट हुई है वादी की पॉपुलेशन स्पेशली वादी से बाहर भी लेकिन जो वादी में जो हुई है तो मेरा ख्याल है कि उनको बहुत चांस है कि ये जो कोलिशन है ये हुकूमत में आए और जैसे कि उन्होंने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा है बल्कि ये एक इलेक्शन इशू बनाया हुआ उन्होंने कि स्टेटस जो है रिस्टोर होना चाहिए तो स्टेटस अगर रिस्टोर हुआ तो काफ़ी हद तक जो एक हमारा भी बड़ा एहतजाज रहा है पिछले 4-5 साल में इस इशू पे बिल्कुल हमारा भी ये डिमांड है
We're on the same page, he says, as the National Conference and the Congress Party. Pakistan's endorsement should ordinarily have made Congress politicians cringe with embarrassment. After all, no Indian, and let me underline that, no patriotic Indian would ever like to think that he is advancing a Pakistan point of view on an issue concerning the Indian national interest. But the Congress is yet to come out with a firm clarification that declares where it stands on the national conference's, its allies' demand to reinstate Article 370. The party can no longer get away from merely pointing out that its 2024 Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha manifestos make no mention of this. This silence on Congress party's part, in fact, raises some pressing questions. First, is the Congress on the same page as Pakistan on Article 370? It's a direct question. It behoves upon the Congress to come out and clarify this. Has the National Conference made its mission to empower separatists in Kashmir? Doesn't the Congress need to renounce National Conference's stand on Article 370 to prove its commitment to India's national interest? And how can any Indian political party espouse a Pakistan point of view on an issue with vital consequences for India's national interest? Viewers, think about this. I'm opening this up. I'm going to ask some fundamental questions of our guests. Ahmed Ayaz is there with us. Mr. Tehseen Poonawala is there with us. Mr. Abhijit Iyer Mitra is there with us. We have Major Gaurav Arya there with us. Now let's begin this debate, viewers, by asking Tehseen Poonawala, who represents the Congress point of view, firm questions. Now, Mr. Poonawala, is the Congress party today furthering Pakistan's agenda? Number one. And how can you ally, the Congress party ally with the National Conference that has made its mission to empower separatists in Kashmir an agenda that actually finds favor in Islamabad? Mr. Poonawala.
Rahul, at the onset, thank you for having me on the show, and thank you to Major Gaurav Arya for his service to our nation. It is people like him that keep us safe. So thank you, Major, for your services. There are two fundamental issues out here. Point number one, and read my lips, Rahul. The Congress party or nationalists like me who votes for the Congress don't give a rat's, whatever anatomy you want, what Pakistan thinks or says. जब जब भाजपा डरती है पाकिस्तान को आगे करती है. BJP and Pakistan are two sides of the same coin. Pakistan, every election interferes when BJP is losing, be it Bihar, be it this. They are getting thrashed in Haryana. This is all being done for Haryana because they are getting in Jammu and Kashmir as many seats as the Prime Minister's press conference is 0. So they are doing this for Haryana. Point number one. Point number two, Omar is wrong getting it into his manifesto. It is not in the joint manifesto of the Congress and the NC. The Congress is not responsible for what Omar does, just as the BJP was not responsible when their now best friend Chandrababu Naidu's manifesto says 4% reservation for Muslims. All right? Just like the Tripura Liberation Front, with whom the BJP allied, says a separate state of Tripura outside of the Union of India, which means a separate country. They are not responsible, so is not the Congress responsible for what Omar Abdullah says. If the BJP thinks what Omar Abdullah has done is wrong, they should act against him. But enough of the BJP and Pakistan coming in between. The only person that has an ilu relationship with Pakistan from time immemorial is the BJP. Be it Advani going to Jinnah's mazar and doing a sajda and saying he's the most secular man, or being Modi ji going to meet Nawaz Sharif, walking hand in hand without an invitation and coming back without any results. It is the BJP that loves Pakistan and the Pakistan that helps BJP. Read my lips.
Mr. Poonawalla, you talked about a joint manifesto. Can you show me that manifesto, please?
It will come out.
It's
coming out in 3 or 4 days. It has no mention of.
It will come out in 3 or 4 days. Viewers, the first phase of elections in Jammu and Kashmir.
A common minimum program. Sorry, I just thought about it. They will have a common minimum program when they come to government.
Where is
because
it?
They are
when they come,
it has no mention.
if they come, if viewers,
when the government is formed.
No, 1 second.
They are coming.
1 second.
They are coming.
BJP
is winning.
Viewers,
BJP is winning or Mehbooba Chachi is winning.
1 second. Viewers, 1 second. I have to make one caveat here. Now, the BJP realized when it got into an alliance with the PDP that this Article 370 would be a problem. So, in their common minimum program, they decided to set it aside. Why did they do it, viewers? They did it because there was a real fear at that time, and you know the situation in Kashmir, that without the ballast of the BJP in government, things could go quickly out of control. Once they had the security grid in place, viewers, they decided that a time had come to do away with the PDP, and they dumped the PDP. And as they did that, viewers, in 2019, when Modi came back for a second term, they got rid of Article 370. And since then, of course, viewers, you have seen the transformation. Now, Mr. Poonawalla says the joint manifesto. We haven't seen the joint manifesto.
Sorry.
In the meantime, the Congress party is fooling the people of Kashmir by tying up with the National Conference. They're both championing each other. Viewers, the name National Conference that promises to bring back Article 370 that the Constitution itself said should be temporary, that Sardar Patel said should be temporary. And please, viewers, click right now. Click right now on the Constituent Assembly debates, and you can see that all sensible individuals that had an iota of patriotism beating in their heart, just that much, said, don't do this. Article 370 is pernicious. Viewers, the Congress party today is in alliance with a party that wants to bring it back. Even the Supreme Court has kicked it out, and in its annotations, the Supreme Court has said that it actually perpetuates a culture of separatism. Gaurav Arya, what do you make of this?
Rahul, thank you for having me on your show, and I absolutely agree. Article 370 was the cornerstone of separatism in the valley, and to tell the people of the Kashmir Valley that you were somehow different, different from the people of India, and that is how they have always done it now. As far as Mehbooba Mufti is concerned, or the National Conference is concerned, yes, there has always been this kind of soft oblique hard separatism. It depends. It is the flavor of the season. Soft oblique hard separatism. We've been posted in J&K. We've seen it for many, many years in the Kashmir Valley, and also in certain areas of Jammu. Not all, because Jammu is different from the valley in these aspects. But yes, there are 2 points that I wish to mention here, Rahul. Number one, use of political parties by various or of various designs like Article 370 to tell the people of Kashmir that you deserve a separate country because you're different. This is something like the two-nation theory. The two-nation theory was based on religion. This is also, in a way, not in your face. 370 does not talk about religion. Of course, it does not. But the kind of radicalization that we have seen in the valley is something that, you know better, the kind of radicalization that we've seen. That is point number one. Point number two is that the people of Kashmir are being misled. That somehow if people, and that is exactly what Khawaja Asif is saying, that if the NC and Congress come to power, now NC and Congress coming to power has got nothing to do with Article 370. It has absolutely nothing to do because it's an act of parliament. Only the parliament can remove, can bring it back if you have that kind of a 3/4 kind of a majority, both houses, etc., etc. It's a long story. But for the gullible people of Kashmir, right, this is something that they are forcing down their throats again and again.
Right.
Vote for somebody. And I don't know much about politics. I will not comment on the political part, but definitely there is a Pakistan play here.
Well, let me tell you, viewers, and I'm bringing in Abhijit Iyer Mitra before I bring in Ahmed Ayaz and Sushil Pandit. This is what the Supreme Court said, that the state of Jammu and Kashmir does not have internal sovereignty different from other states. So by bringing back this Article 370, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to tell the people of Kashmir that they are sovereign, a state within a state, and they're free to do what they please?
Basically, you see, Rahul, what they're trying to do is, the key powers here are the financial powers and the Home Ministry powers, the control of the police and the control of the finances. And what had happened because of the conflict economy out there was almost 55% of the state was dependent on the security situation. They were incentivized in the insurgency one way or another. And every 5 years when a new government would come, they would announce some massive construction program, and 90% of the construction would, of course, go into the contractors' pockets, and through the contractors, it would go into the government's pockets. This is what Amit Shah was referring to when he raised, the issue of cement prices and things like that when Article 370 was abrogated. Now, the process of abrogating, or rather reforming the constitution, specifically Article 370, was a straightforward. What they are talking about is retrospectively reenacting Article 370. I am yet to see a logical constitutional way in which an article that has been amended can be brought back without following all the articles of the Constitution regarding constitutional change. Remember, it is very easy to get rid of a temporary article, but to bring it back is much more difficult. We have not seen the constitutional part. So the very charitable explanation is the Congress and NC are making fools of the Kashmiris. Number one. Number two, let us assume they are not making the fools of the Kashmiris, and this is in fact a very insidious plan. What is it a plan for? It is basically a plan to see to it that they line their pockets with they are incentivized in insurgency. They have zero transparency when there is an insurgency situation. They want to cultivate an insurgency again so that they can start profiting from it. You see, today, Kashmiris are making such insane money off tourism. You go look at 5-star hotels in Kashmir through the year, summer, winter, whatever. They are 5 to 6 times the cost of a 5-star room in Delhi at any given point of time, even in peak season in winter. The Khyber, for example, rooms go up to 1 lakh rupees, which you pay for a presidential suite in the peak winter Delhi tourist season. So this is something that they have planned very carefully. It has nothing to do with the nation.
So let me
ask.
Nothing
to do with the national interest.
Okay.
It has to do with corruption and lining their pockets.
Corruption, let me
and
ask
the corruption and lining the pockets is depending on reintroducing the insurgency.
There you go. Incentivizing insurgency, stoking a sense of separatism to profit from this, says Abhijit Iyer Mitra. He's getting into the politics of it, Tehseen Poonawalla, and he says this is the motive. Mr. Pandit is there with us. Ayaz Ahmed is there with us. But Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla, is even India's territorial integrity not sacrosanct anymore for the Congress party? How much do you want to divide us? Today, some of your great friends in Bihar started saying that there was an absolute atrocity committed upon Mahadalits by upper caste. They spread this fake news. It turned out it was only Mahadalits that attacked Mahadalits, as condemnable as it is. you tried to even use caste there to divide this country. Why are you doing this, Tehseen Poonawalla, is the question that flows from Iyer Mitra's observations. Why?
Okay, Abhijit. Okay, Abhijit is one of the best and most articulate both defense experts, and he understands the Constitution of India. So, like him, I expect you would understand, and everybody else here. Even if the Congress and NC win the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, they cannot have dialogue with Pakistan. That is the domain of the center. They cannot restore Article 370. It is not possible. It is dead, buried, and it cannot happen. Period. So, the only person raising it is Omar, who's wrong. The other two people benefiting is Pakistan and BJP. And why is it every time there's an election, for example, in Bihar, where the BJP was in trouble when the Mahagathbandhan took on BJP, that time Pakistan came in. When other state elections where BJP is losing, Pakistan comes in. Now in Haryana they're losing. This is not about Jammu and Kashmir, but Haryana, where they're getting less than 20 seats. The Prime Minister goes to Haryana and says, oh, in Jammu and Kashmir they want to bring back 370.
I asked you a very
Does
specific
anyone ask the
question.
Prime Minister once, no, don't interrupt me. Once ask the Prime Minister, how will 370 come back?
Listen,
He's going to
one
Haryana.
second. Then why are you making it a promise? You said that Omar Abdullah is wrong. He says Omar Abdullah is wrong. Tehseen Poonawalla, you said Omar Abdullah is wrong. You said it, or am I misquoting you?
1000% it can't happen.
Okay, so
It
then
cannot
why
happen.
isn't Rahul Gandhi coming out
370
and
is
saying,
dead,
no,
buddy.
hang on, then why
Not
isn't Rahul
dead.
Gandhi coming out and saying we are making idiots out of the people of Jammu and Kashmir by using this as a plank? Why isn't he saying it? Because it comes back to Iyer Mitra.
I will answer it.
Yeah,
Your
answer.
questions are longer than my
Answer.
I'll
Answer. Why?
it.
Why isn't he
Because
saying it?
Okay, I'll answer it. Because Rahul Gandhi should not fall into the trap of BJP and Pakistan.
Oh, wow.
They want to divert it there.
Pakistan speaks on its own.
Give Jammu and Kashmir
Okay, the
statehood
crazy
and
logic.
winning
Viewers,
Haryana.
crazy
Period.
logic
What Pakistan
tonight.
says,
Sushil
do not
Pandit,
give
respond.
a rat's anatomy.
Sushil Pandit,
Pakistan can
respond.
both die.
Crazy logic. It's not as if Modi has called this Khawaja chap in Pakistan and said, you say
can
these
both
words,
die.
and
Don't
he
give a
hasn't impregnated the mind of Mr. Omar Abdullah and Senior Abdullah to promise that they will bring back Article 370, which is a tenet of their own manifesto. Has he?
It can't come back.
Thank you, Rahul, for having me on the show.
It can't come back.
There is, I need to remind your viewers and my esteemed fellow panelists about what happened on 5th of August 2019 when our parliament neutered Article 370. Pakistan expelled our High Commissioner, Ajay Bisaria, gave him less than 48 hours to leave the country. India has, in my memory, never expelled Pakistani High Commissioner ever. Not when Kargil happened, not when our parliament was attacked, not when Mumbai was attacked, not when Pulwama was done, not even when Uri was done, or various other reasons. Never. Number two, China on 11th of August, in less than a week, went to Security Council complaining about India, and twice again before the end of the year, 3 times to Security Council, and was shown the door. I don't remember India ever going to Security Council while we had very good reasons. We lost our soldiers. Our territory was transgressed. We never went to Security Council. China did over 370. What our parliament did under its jurisdiction with full constitutional mandate, open debate. Yeah, that is how important 370 is to China and Pakistan. We mustn't forget. Now, the problem here is 370 has cultivated a huge pro-Pakistan, pro-jihad constituency in Jammu and Kashmir. That constituency is capable of making and unmaking MPs and MLAs governments. You cannot forget Engineer Rashid trounced both Omar Abdullah and Sajjad Lone in Baramulla. Mahbooba Mufti herself had her nose rubbed in mud in the Lok Sabha elections. They know that the constituency they have built under the patronage of 370 today is still alive and kicking and should be counted upon to win them elections.
That is the reason why they are doing this. They are playing with fire.
Playing with
they
fire.
know, people know that this may not, this will
Playing
not
with
happen.
fire,
They are not
incentivizing
gullible.
insurgency,
Kashmir,
stoking a sense of separatism.
But Rahul,
Yes. Yeah.
yes, but 370 has become a dog whistle today in
whistle.
order to aid jihadi supported people to get into the assembly. Today, we are faced with the prospect of democracy stamping approval on jihadi candidates making it to the assembly.
Yeah.
This is what is going to happen today. And these are the issues which become dog whistle. You cannot
viewers,
openly advocate separatism, but
yes,
in the name of 370, you can get an entire mandate against Indian Parliament, against the decision of August 5, 2009.
Viewers, a month, 2 months ago, I had written pieces, articles, I've done shows saying this is exactly what is going to happen in Kashmir if you hold elections. Now, viewers, it is happening. And I want to bring in Ahmed Ayaz. Mr. Ahmed Ayaz, Tehseen Poonawalla is not an ordinary panelist. Don't make the mistake. He is a Gandhi family member. Okay? So he is speaking from great authority. He is not somebody that you should brush aside. And let me tell you, he says Omar Abdullah is wrong. He says Senior Farooq Abdullah is wrong. And I'm asking you now, sir, is the National Conference has the National Conference become, in fact, a spokesperson for Pakistan's two-nation theory, as Dr. Arya put it? Major Arya put it.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No, not at all, Mr. Rahul.
Right.
Why? Because, you need to understand that how has 370 come about. You see, it has not just come from somewhere. It had been right from 1949, after negotiated settlement between Jammu and Kashmir as well state of the Jammu and Kashmir and the Union of India. So, as such, there is nothing Pakistan or anybody in between. Now that it has been unilaterally withdrawn somewhere in 2019 by the BJP-led government, then this was on the agenda of the Bharatiya Janata Party right from beginning, saying that this has something to do with the militancy or this has to do something with the situation in Jammu and Kashmir. No, I don't agree to that. Why? Because it has been there in place from 1949 up till its removal in 2019. That means almost around 70 years. So there was no militancy during all that period, excepting it started from 1990, that too for a different reason. So to say that the 370 is any way a problem, I don't agree, nor there is any, logic in that. And,
come on. Sir, this is the Supreme Court. Let me quote you to the Supreme Court. Fine. Forget about Modi. Forget about anyone else. Let me quote you the Supreme Court. Do you have faith in the Supreme Court of India? Yes or no?
Sure.
So let me tell you. The state of Jammu and Kashmir does not have internal sovereignty different from other states. This was said by the Chief Justice of India, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, while reading out the judgment upholding the scrapping, the abrogation of Article 370. Now, viewers, if Omar Abdullah wants to take us back to a time when Article 370 applied to Jammu and Kashmir, what is he trying to do? In the words of the Chief Justice of India, he is trying to prove that Jammu and Kashmir has internal sovereignty different from other states. And that is what Pakistan wants, viewers. And that's why I'm asking Ahmed Ayaz Sahab this question. Why have you become a tool in the hands of the Pakistani establishment?
No, it is not that somebody is becoming a tool in the hands of the Pakistan. Question is, it's our internal issue. It is negotiated, as I said, negotiated settlement between the union government and the Jammu and Kashmir. So
sir, was it not the same constitution that you are citing, Ahmed Saab? The same constitution you are citing said it's a temporary provision.
Agree, whatever.
So it is temporary, so it's gone. अब वापस क्यों ला रहे हैं उसको?
I don't plead. It will be whether it will be restored or not. I don't plead on that.
So then why are you making this promise? Then why are you making this promise? Are you fooling the people? Then you deserve to lose, sir. Then it's better to vote for Engineer Rashid. At least you know what you are getting. Then I advise people in Kashmir, vote for Engineer Rashid. At least you know what you're getting and we will be able to tackle this person straight on. We don't want these two-faced politicians. Then vote Engineer Rashid. Let's take them on.
No, let me explain. Under 370, Jammu and Kashmir used to get...
Sir, if you win, can you bring back Article 370? Straight question to you. If you win...
No, that's again a question to be seen in the future, whether Parliament...
Seen in the future, you can't do it. You can't do it. You're not sitting in Parliament. The point is, viewers... No, 1 second. Ahmed Saab, I have to... Please tell me.
I would like to make a point clear.
Yeah, make a point. Make a point. Make a point.
Even Supreme Court of India also has once decided in favor of 370 in the case of Sampat Kundu and the state.
Sir, it's all been decided. The case is over. What are we saying?
Maybe Supreme Court changes it tomorrow. We don't know. Or maybe the Parliament takes a different view tomorrow. We don't know about that.
Oh, so you are now hoping to pack the Parliament with separatists so that you can overturn and give yourselves a separate identity. Viewers, there are people on this panel who have suffered because one community there thought that they do not belong to this country. And that person is me, yours truly, and that gentleman, Sushil Pandit. We're not fools. And Tehseen Poonawalla, you have said Omar is wrong. I am finding it very, very, very upsetting that if Omar Abdullah is wrong, Rahul Gandhi can't lean on his best friend to say, look, buddy, you're wrong. You need to get off this high horse of yours. You're misleading the public. I am not supporting this. Get rid of it right now. Or you come out right now, in the next 2 days, before the next phase, with your common minimum program saying that we have decided to keep it away. Be honest.
Yeah, that would be my advice.
That will be your advice. Okay, I need to move on. Viewers.
But it is terrible. But
yes.
Can I get just 10 seconds?
Yeah, 10 seconds.
Just 10 seconds.
Yeah.
If you're going to pack Parliament, whatever happens, 370 is not coming back. It cannot be. Only people wanting it is Omar, Mehbooba, Ghulam Nabi Azad and Pakistan.
And the Congress.
Pakistan, it's BJP.
You've got a certificate from Pakistan. They say that you want it. Anyhow.
Pakistan can take that certificate and use it as a toilet paper.
Well, viewers, look at that. Look at this. It's easier said than done. But the party that is in a position to tell us that it stands for the national interest first is silent. And family member of the Gandhi family says very clearly here, Omar is wrong. PDP is wrong. Others who are promising a return to Article 370 are wrong. Except, viewers, Rahul Gandhi has tied up with one major stakeholder, and let it not be forgotten, the National Conference is the principal party in Kashmir. Very significant. And I'm not here, viewers, trying to question anyone's patriotism. But I'm only questioning tonight their intent. Where is this going to lead us, is the question. Viewers, we are seeing the impact of Article 371 on the Northeast. All of it needs to go as quick as possible. Let's not turn every India into an exclusive preserve waiting to break away. We won't have a nation left. Stop this now and you can do it. I want to move on, viewers. I want to move on. Very big story. Very big story.